Hello YouTube, Joe with Joe's Shop. I thought today we would look at what do we do when we need a large radius. I come up with a cool solution. I made this little carriage that'll hold whatever tape measure you have. I'll show you how to make that in a minute. Put it together with this piece up front. That swivels nice. You just lock your tape measure at whatever size you've desired you need, and we're good to go. Push down your leaden back or with your pencil or what have you. You make any size radius you want, and it's repeatable. It is repeatable. You're only confined by what size your tape measure is. Let's have a look. The first part of the secret tape measure is that the tang, the tip of your tape measure, can't walk in the slot that you're going to make. And I'm going to show you how to make that real simply. But it's got to fit in, so you have to pull it out carefully. Once that fits in good, you're going to have good accuracy, because the rest of it doesn't have any moving parts and nothing else can move. Now let's move forward. If we take that out of there, we pull this out of here, what you now see is this carriage that I've made that holds whatever tape measure you have. This is an 1/8 inch wall, and that's going to simulate hooking your belt on your jeans, because that hook goes right into that side. All right, you're going to have to help the hook onto there, if you will. But you have a back that needs to have some fair height to it, because you can't have your pencil or your lead walking around. It needs to fit smooth and it needs to fit accurately so that you can have an accurate radius. Up front, we have another lip, if you will, that keeps obviously the front of the tape from sliding forward. So now it's locked in left to right, front to back. All right? So once you put your tape measure in, you're just going to have to lock it out a little bit, and you're going to slide it in to its spot and line it up so that everything fits perfectly, and push it in. Make sure you're in front where you need to be. So it's the front of the tape measures against that block. And then in back, make sure that the tape measure is sitting snugly against this back panel. And of course it's going to fit left to right real tight. That's important. Once you have that fit real good, what I would do is trace around that belt clip so that next time you put it on, you'll know it's perfect right away just by eyeballing it, that you have it all the way down. Okay? There's a hole that has to be drilled in back in a perfect set, well, in a very close to center line behind the tape measure. Where the hole is from here to here is up to you. I simply have it out a distance so I could push down on it with my fingers. So that's not really that important. What is important though is that you put a center line where that lead is actually coming out. Okay? From there, I guess we'll look at the other piece, because this is pretty simple. This is just made out of 1/4 inch plywood, by the way. This one, like I said, is 1/8. This is just a simple 3/4 block of some scrap that's about 1 inch high. And the one up front is just a little 1/4 inch high block. On to the second piece. This piece can be taped down, which you can see I had just some double-faced tape on it. And this part swivels without any movement. Okay? It's just a screw in the bottom, and I put a little CA on the wood to harden it, and then I ran the screw in till it just kisses it and has slop to move, but yet no movement left to right, front to back. It fits right on. So make sure your hole in here is a little small of the screw, just a little, so it fits real tight on that shank. Then you're going to need an equal step for whatever this is on the back side, so that you can clamp this down if you would like to, or you can clamp it onto something. So that's why it's made the way it is. So it's dual purpose, if you will. Clamp it down or to something, and then I have on the sides the center lines of what it takes from the center of your screw, your pivot, to where your tape measure is 1.5 inches. I've also marked it the other way for center lines. So if you have to do a huge circle, let's say a 10-foot circle, this is only going to get you just past the halfway mark, so you'll be able to line up your 2 points perfectly when you go to make the other half. Because all this math is worked out on the side of it, you'll know exactly where you need to be when you reset. Then this part here is just a little block of whatever you might have. I made them like 5/16 square because it's pretty much what you need for the tape itself sticking down, just so that it has room to sit above it and sit level. Both parts sit nice and level. Okay? This is just a 5/16 square block, and then I made some shims, just a thin cut, a sliver off the saw, snapped that off, put one on either side, glued it down with CA, and then put another block against it. So now it's real simple. It has some tension on it. You can literally pick it up by it. So you know it's not going anywhere. It's not going to fall out. And there you have it. A simple radius maker that is incredibly accurate and will not deviate from where you had it. It's always going to be right on. The only way you could do it wrong is if you forgot to lock it. Then you're going to have a problem. You guys let me know what you think. Let's see some comments down below. You guys take care.